Thank you and good evening. Tonight from Rogers, the regular season comes to a close as the Moorhead football team takes on the Rogers Royals. Promises to be a very exciting game, perhaps a bit physical, according to what we're hearing from how the play from Rogers goes. They've had some outstanding wins. They started the year with a shutout victory over Bemidji 24 to nothing and are coming off a 37 to nothing win over Buffalo. Their only loss on the year has been to Andover, 42-10. And Rogers comes into the game tonight as the number 2 ranked team in 5A Minnesota football. So 6-1 on the season. And one thing that we might take a look at, the one common opponent is Elk River. For some reason, and I say that somewhat tongue-in-cheek, Mark Franz and the Rogers Royals figured out a way that they could hold down Elk River. Final score there, Rogers 30 and Elk River 7. To contrast that, the Spuds, again, their game against Elk River saw a lot of points, up at 96 total points. And Elk River got the win 50 to 46, and that is more common for Elk River to score in that neighborhood, not 7 as we saw against Rogers. So the Spuds 5-1 on the season, misfiring on that one loss of game to Bemidji early on, and so 5-1 coming into this regular season finish. And then we'll wait the pairings and we'll wait for the playoffs, and it's right around the corner. We'll be back with more from Rogers when we return after this timeout. Kevin Feeney joins us in a moment. Welcome back to Rogers as we get ready for tonight's game. It's the last regular season game. And, of course, with this being MEA week, it is a Wednesday game and will not play again until some of the teams will be back in action again on Tuesday. And Moorhead is in a section that has 6 teams, and so 1 and 2 will draw a bye in that Tuesday game, while the other 4 teams will play off with the winners in advancing to take on the 1 and 2 teams. And it appears that Moorhead will be one of those 2 top teams. Royals dressed in their very dark uniforms, their very deep navy blue with a lighter blue helmet, white on the numbers and trim, as they are introduced by team before we get started. Both teams coming in with high aspirations as far as postseason play is concerned. The Royals, after losing to Andover in the 3rd game of the season, have reeled off 4 consecutive wins, defeating Coon Rapids, which is likely their opponent in a possible section championship game. And then the win over Elk River 30-7 before winning on the road at Brainerd 31-7 and a shutout victory in their last outing Friday, defeating Buffalo 37-0. Moorhead will kick off, and we're about ready to get this one underway. Moorhead has won the toss, and they will kick. And so the Rogers Royals back deep to return Eric Pearson, waiting at about the 11-yard line along the far hash mark, and going over last-minute assignments there as they discuss who will take the kick as it comes and who will block. I suspect that's been pretty well practiced all along as the Spuds line it up for the kickoff and waiting for the signal to begin. There's the whistle, here's the approach, and we are underway. Driven off to the far side, a bouncing kick that goes out of bounds. Spuds did not want a return on that play. Some very dangerous returners for Rogers, and now the offense comes on, led by Miles Bolduc at center. Caden Saturn, Wyatt Bell at guards, Riken Downs and Andrew Partika at the tackles. Wide receivers, we'll see several. Caden Peterson, Owen LaFave, Owen Kanzler. Slot back is Josh Running. Anthony Powell in the backfield along with Kyle Jackson. And at quarterback, Tyson Velasic. 5'10", 170-pound senior Velasic working off the far right hash mark, moving upfield now right to left as we get this one underway out of the shotgun formation. 1 receiver wide to the far right side, 2 on the near left. Down the line, first man in, and the Spud defense is there. Very common to see that as they tried to lead the way. Partika was the leading blocker along that far side as he came out of his position, but the Spuds were there to meet the play behind the line of scrimmage. Moorhead with Jack Tyken, A.B. Jacob, Ashton Larry, Elenius Davis at the front. Linebackers, Ben Herliska, Julio Angadi, Maxwell Delbrun, Austin Altepeter. In the defensive backfield, we'll see mixing it in, Michael Haugo and Jamal Dixon, Alon Salmon, Jaden Griffin, Carson Wendt. And so on 2nd and 12. Spuds chase the play down and again come up with a penetration tackle deep in the backfield and did not get back to the original line of scrimmage. And so a gain of about a yard, and the tackle made by Jamal Dixon as he crashed through to put the stop down right at the 35-yard line. So that's where it will be 3rd down now for the Rogers Royals. We asked their one assistant coach about why they were able to, or how were they able to hold Elk River to just 7 points. He used one word. Basically, it was discipline. Here's a go back to pass, lining it up and throwing off to the far side. Did he make the catch? It looks like he did. Yes, across the 45 into the 47-yard line. That is a 17-yard gain on the play. Caden Peterson comes up with the reception, and it's a first down as they go twice to the ground and gain nothing, and then to the air, and a first down reception by Caden Peterson. A quick visit to the near sideline by Tyson Velasic, and he heads out now nearing midfield. The Royals at their own 48-yard line. 3 receivers in a cluster to the far side. Here's the turn and the handoff. And breaking loose, a nice key block along the far side, and it looks like a first down gained on the run. A burst through the line of scrimmage, stopping his way through for the first down, and the play goes down to the Spuds' 42-yard line. So a little bit of change up in the play call, and the Royals have been able to utilize that to a couple of consecutive first downs. Out of the eye, no, out of the shotgun formation, Velocic with a tailback behind. Setting up now to the near side. Here's the run, and a breakthrough by Anthony Powell. He had a good burst of speed as he broke through the line, and Powell got his way across the 40 down to the 35 and finally upended and brought to the turf at the 33-yard line. So a very potent offense here by Rogers to start the game after being stopped twice behind the line of scrimmage. Have marched upfield now with a 2nd down and 1 play at the Moorhead 33-yard line. Velocic takes a look, sends a man in motion, brought to the near side. And on the ground, another good hole opens up for Anthony Powell. He is still on his feet as he's churning along. Powell on the carry all the way down to the Moorhead 23-yard line, and that's enough for another first down. Mitch Jezierski lines up in the slot. He comes in motion on certain plays and then becomes the blocking back. Pardon me, Mitch Jezierski. And on this play, Rogers now threatening with an early, very sustained drive. Here's the quick pitch out to the far side, and Powell gets caught that time, but slips out of the tackle and goes around to the far side and down near the 20-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. His line of scrimmage was the 24. They're spotting it just inside the 20, and on that play, it'll bring up 2nd down. Rogers coming in with 6 wins and a loss. Moorhead 5 wins and a loss. Out of the huddle, it comes near side. Single man in the backfield along quarterback Tyson Velocic. Handoff goes to the right side and looking for some room. Anthony Powell works his way near the 15. He's been a very elusive runner. He has good power, good strength, and needed 6. He got 7. And it's first down now for the Rogers Royals as they spot at the Moorhead 13-yard line. Again, Velocic, after making the play, heads to the sideline and gets a quick call from the offensive coordinator, and then back into his huddle with the play from there. Mitch Jezierski lines up on the right side. Here's a pass to the end zone for the score. Owen Kanzler was open right at the 3-yard line, and a perfectly thrown pass by Tyson Velocic has put Rogers on the board. And it wasn't like a sustained drive, although it certainly was without stop, but it came in big chunks. After losing 2 yards on the first 2 plays, it was first down on every other play since. And now lining up for the point after. Dylan Hano steps off to the side and prepares. Here's the snap back, put in place. Kick is on its way up, and the kick is good. It just did get inside the left upright. And so with that score, 7:52 remaining now, first quarter. Spuds will get the football when we return. It's Rogers 7 and Moorhead nothing.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
After tacking on the extra point, Dylan Hano for the kickoff. Drives it off to the far side. It's picked up on the bounce at the 17. Here's the return to the 25, up to the 30, and down then at the 32-yard line, where the Spud offense will come on. Led by Gavin Quaid, the junior quarterback at 6'1", 185. And so it'll be first down now for the Spuds as they begin this first offensive series at their own 33, trailing 7-0. Wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the near right side. In the backfield out of the shotgun, the call goes, and the Spuds may try to keep it on the run and take control of the game in that fashion. The run goes in. It was either Carson Went or Ben Herliska. Their numbers were obliterated for just a moment. And it was a 3-yard gain. So Moorhead faces now second down 7. Line to gain the 43-yard line. Michael Haugo goes wide out, far left side. Alon Salmon on the near right. Man in the slot left, man on the wing near right side. Stepping up now alongside his quarterback. Here's the play back, and a quick look and a quick toss out to the far side. Catch is made for short gain. Good defensive play along the far side. Mackay Elmore comes up with the catch, but for short yardage. And it's third down. Third down and 3 at their own 40-yard line. Kevin Feeney talked about the Spuds being a bit nicked up. Didn't come to any particular player or particular form. It's just this time of year and on a short week. Everybody's probably feeling the bumps and the bruises. Julio and Gotti. Jack Tykins switch off now to the far left side. Here's the snap back. Spuds facing 2nd and 3 and looking. Play to the near side is caught and run out of bounds. Michael Haugo is there to make the catch at the 41-yard line, and then right away stepping out of play, and the Spuds get a crucial first down catch from Michael Haugo to move the chains into Rogers territory. They spot it at the 42-yard line. Alon Salmon with a quick visit at the far side coming into the huddle. Moorhead trailing 7-0. Now at the Rogers 42-yard line. Mackay Elmore wide out far left side along with Michael Haugo. Here's a play in, and Julio and Gotti got stood up and stopped right away. There was no doubt about the play on that one as the defensive line led by Adrian Adiego, and he's just a sophomore. At 6'2", 190, came up from his linebacking spot and made the play. Second down and still 10 now at the Rogers 42-yard line. Julio and Gotti switches off, goes far left side. Here's the snap back and rolling. Quaid still looking, leaning, throwing, has his man off to the far side. Mackay Elmore, the intended receiver on the far side, but the pass overthrown. And at the sideline, the incompletion brings up third down. It is still 3rd and 10. As the Spuds move left to right here, a long visit along the far side. Signal has been given for play to begin. Gavin Quaid now strolling into the huddle. He had an extended visit with Kevin Feeney, but still plenty of time to put the ball in play as Michael Haugo lines up wide, far left side as we look on. Salmon on the near right. Here's the snap back and the look by Quaid. Lines up and throws deep. He way overthrew his receiver. I suspect that this is 4-down territory for the Spuds with the ball resting at the Rogers 42-yard line. And so they'll come back with another play. The design on that one was to go up and over the top. Intended. It looked for Jamal Dixon, but overthrown. John Jenkins has joined the receiving core on the near right side. It's a 4th down play, needing 10 to keep it alive. Gavin Quaid may step back and punt, still giving the signal, giving the call, and now will throw. Quick toss over the middle. The catch is made right at, I think, just short. It appears to be just short. He needed to reach the 32. Ball is spotted down at the 33-yard line. Catch was made by Cameron Evans, but a yard short. And so the ball is turned over on downs. And with a 7-0 lead, Tyson Velasic and the Royals come onto the field and begin this drive at their own 34-yard line. Man in motion to the far side, Kyle Jackson. Handoff up the middle, but the Spuds break through and put a big hit on the ball. They say they've created a fumble. And have. Moorhead has recovered a loose ball. It looks like the last player away from the play was Julio Angadi. So the Spuds, as we saw last week, somewhat fortunate at times with fumble recoveries, steal of the football away, penalty yardage, all factoring into the rather peculiar outcome we saw a week ago. And now a fumble recovery, and the Spuds have taken the ball back. And as Gavin Quaid leads it up, it is at the 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the far left side. A check of the running back, and here's the call. To the near side, it's deflected right at the line. A lineup, and it was a pass looking to the near side, but the Royals had a player come cruising in on the play. That looked like Caden Peterson. Caden Peterson plays both sides of the line of scrimmage, and his knockaway there gives the Spuds a 2nd and 10 play. Line to gain, must get inside the 25-yard line. Michael Hago and Mackay Elmore wide out far left. Julio Angadi lines up just outside the tight end on the far side. Back to pass. Now Gavin Quaid leans, looks, throws, has got his man, and it is nearly intercepted. The pass took a long time to get there. The defender was in the vicinity and breaking in on the ball, and Eric Pearson just about had himself an interception. But with the ball dropped to the turf, it brings up 3rd down. Rogers with an early lead, 7-0. Moorhead now facing 3rd and 10 at the Rogers 35-yard line. Spuds were unable to convert on a 4th down a moment ago, but got the ball back on the next play on a fumble recovery. And now trying to step forward with the play. Gavin Quaid with the snap back. Looks to the screen. It's caught Alon Salmon. He goes for the 1st down and has it. Alon Salmon is inside the 20. Nice catch and run by Alon Salmon as he makes the reception coming back to the middle of the field. The pitch was right there, was a perfect throw. And the catch made and the run made puts it down at the 19-yard line. The Spuds are in the red zone here as they try to bring the game even here in the first quarter. Still 4:50 remaining with the Royals scoring first and leading at 7-0. The Spuds now in a scoring position. Michael Hago, Mackay Elmore wide out far left side. Alon Salmon with a big 1st down catch just moments ago, wide near right. And in the backfield, shifting, coming set alongside quarterback Quaid. Here's Erlishka on the carry. Didn't fool anybody with all the movement that was going on. And the stop is made. Crashing through and getting in on the tackle, virtually untouched, Wyatt Gilmore. And he's another sophomore. Good-sized sophomore at 6'4" and 215. So some very good young defensive players for the Rogers Royals, leading them to a 6-1 season. That loss of 5 yards brings the Spuds to a 2nd and 15 situation. On the snap and the look, here's a wide open play up to the near side, and Gavin Quaid gets loose. He ducks inside one of his own players, but then runs into the defensive tackle by Adrian Aniego. And that puts the ball down at the 18-yard line. So 5 yards picked up, +2, 7 yards on the gain. 3rd down and 9. Line to gain is the Rogers 9-yard line. Clock underway, a little over 3 minutes remaining, 3:10 and counting down. As Moorhead breaks huddle, 3 receivers go wide out far left side, including Cameron Evans. And this play will get underway after a timeout has been called for and taken. The Spuds stop play. 2:55 to go in the first quarter here in Rogers. It's the Royals 7 and Moorhead nothing. Another tense moment here for the Spuds offense, facing 3rd and 9. To pass and looking to the end zone, but no. Pass intended out in the blue turf. Michael Hago saying he was interfered with. The official didn't see it that way. And that goes as an incomplete pass to bring up 4th down. Already having established good defensive field position here in case it is turned over. The Spuds now will try to pick up a 1st down with Haugo going wide out far left. Mikhail Moore is there. Cameron Evans also in that cluster. Here's the snap back and to pass looking. Standing in the pocket up and over the top. It is up for grabs and it is knocked away. The pass was there, the receiver was there, the defender was there, and the ball is turned over on downs on the incomplete pass in the end zone. So the Spuds threaten but do not score and give the ball back to the Royals now as Tyson Valox leads the Royals back on after a defensive stop by the Royals. The 2:45 remaining here in the quarter. And now a long ways to go upfield, leading 7-0. 3 different players realign themselves along the far side. And before a play continues, they're going to take a timeout. We'll return to Rogers with 2:44 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Royals 7 and Moorhead nothing.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Well, just as the Royals were ready to run a play, timeout was taken. And now they have reloaded and reset. The cluster comes to the near left side. Here's the turn. And the handoff to the near side. And for just a moment, the Spuds were going with the fake, but Austin Altepeter comes up with the stop. The play comes across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It turned into a 7-yard gain. And now they've moved the ball farther a little bit ahead, and it's 2nd down and 1. So a 9-yard gain on that play before Altepeter made the tackle. Julio and Gotti lines up one-on-one on the near side. Man in motion. Spuds make the adjustment. Here's the play to the near side. And a big hit right at the sideline. The Spuds come crashing in on the play. That was a football hit delivered by Ben Herlichka. And the stop of the play, but not before a first down. Needed a yard, got a yard. Ball resting now, Rogers' 30-yard line. This play will get underway with 2:04 remaining here in the opening quarter. The Rogers Royals having grabbed a 7-0 lead. And now they readjust their lineup. Velasic rolls right and looks. Wants to throw. Leans up and throws a long ways. And it is there, and he makes the catch. He came back on the play and stepped in front of the defender. An alley-oop rainbow throw to the far sideline. And a great job of protecting the ball and stepping in front of the defender to make the catch, and it's first down for the Royals. As they put the ball down at the 43-yard line in Moorhead territory. So big pass play completed to move the chains, and the Royals keep this drive going now as we go inside of 2 minutes. Mitch Jezierski switches sides. He's the blocking tight end now to the far side, but the play comes back. Herlichka comes in with a stop. Jack Tyken turned the play inside. Herlichka came up to finish off the play, and it's second down. Spuds defense holding the play to a short 2 yards. And the ball is spotted at the 41-yard line now, and it's second down and 8. And Velasic with a near side. Moorhead volleyball. Tough encounter last night. Taking on St. Michael Albertville. They'll have their weekend tournament, the traditional MEA weekend tournament. Spuds get through, no, and the pass comes out to the near side, and the catch is made. Again, getting past the Moorhead corner on the near side, stepping up and to the 10-yard line with the play there, and it's first and goal for the Royals. Again, perfectly thrown pass from Tyson Velasic to put the ball down just outside the Spuds' 10-yard line. Down the line, first man in, Anthony Powell. He struggles his way forward, goes down at about the 7-yard line. Leading 7-0 and looking for more. Rogers Royals can pick up a first down without scoring. Original line of scrimmage was the 11. Now facing second down and 8. Velasic sends his team out of the huddle. Caden Peterson wide out far right side. Off the wing near side, here's the play. And caught, slowed down initially by A.B. Jacob. And it went up the 6 to about the 5-yard line before it was brought down. Spuds on the stop there. And the Royals will have a chance to put one more play up before the end of the quarter. The officials meeting over the ball. And the play is stopped, and now it'll get underway. And the Royals, if they hurry, will be able to get that play, but they're in no hurry. And so that was the last play. We'll switch ends of the field. The Royals will go left to right when we return after 1 quarter of play. It's Rogers 7 and Moorhead nothing. Well, Owen Kanzler with a long touchdown reception for the Royals early on. And Rogers leads it now 7-0 as we start the second quarter. The Royals are dangerously close to more as they face a 3rd down and 6 opportunity at the Spuds 6-yard line. So there's about a yard of breathing room for the Royals to pick up a 1st down and not yet score. So conceivably from this point there are 7 more plays if the Spud defense comes up to their job. A long visit at the near side, and Tyson Volosic now trots on. The Royals off the far left hash mark and moving in. Wide receivers near side and looking. Here's the look, and the throw is knocked away. Elenius Davis was there with a big swat. To the turf it goes, and that stops the play, and it brings up 4th down, and Rogers is already sending on their field goal team. So the Spud defense has stepped up and has created this situation. Dylan Honnell lining it up at the 14, so this is a 24-yard attempt. The snap is back, put in place, line drives it up, and line drives it good, and the Rogers Royals tack on 3. With 11:53 to go here in the first half, it's now Rogers 10, Moorhead nothing. Rogers with a 24-yard field goal from Dylan Honnell, and it's 10-0. And now Honnell is on for the kickoff. Moorhead will get the ball and go right to left as we look on. Here's the squibber. It bounces down, bounces away, bounces all the way into the end zone, and that brings it to a touchback and out to the 25-yard line. Our view has some light issues in that it's hard to see anything that gets very high in the air on the kickoff, so I wasn't sure just where that one was going, but it bounced. We were able to pick it up, and on the return it comes out to the 20 as it slipped away and into the end zone. So the Spuds, who were dangerously close here moments ago but unable to convert on a 4th down play, now start this drive some 80 yards from score dirt. Giulio Ngati off to the far right side in the slot. On the ground, looking for some room, and the play goes down just past the line of scrimmage. Owen Kanzler comes up with the play. And a 1-yard pickup there leaves Moorhead 2nd down and 9. Rogers coming off a shutout victory in their last game, defeating Buffalo. Prior to that, gave up just a single score to Elk River and a single score to Brainerd. And so the defense has been very stingy here this year for the Royals. Most points scored against them was by Andover, and they're beating up on everybody. Back to pass and looking, shaking his way loose, leaning, throwing, and overthrowing and underthrowing. There was a receiver along the far sideline with a defensive player in front and in back, and it missed all 3. And so that incompletion brings up 3rd down. Moorhead at their own 21-yard line. A late arrival into the huddle. Alon Salmon. He'll become a receiver on the far right side off the far right hash mark. Michael Haugo near side along with Mackay Elmore. Here's the snap back. Under some pressure, and the pass is thrown away from Alon Salmon. He had to hurry. He was being pressured. Quaid was being pressured from the backside. And when he turned and looked, he simply threw the ball away, hoping there would be a receiver in the vicinity. The pressure applied by Caden Peterson, who's having a big first half for the Royals. And now the Spud step back into punt formation. It'll be the Gavin Quaid. Here's the kick. That was not Quaid, but Xavier was there for the punch out of the zone, and it comes on the return, dancing and spinning and twisting his way. He's got some room, comes to the near sideline, all the way in for the score. So returning the punt, all the way in for the score. About a 40-yard punt return. And the Royals score quickly. Some 50 seconds apart from the field goal, and now the punt return. And the Royals line up for their point after. Spuds, defensive unit, quickly back on the turf. Rogers has lined up. Everybody, it's like a swinging gate type of play, and they all lined up on the near side. And that sets up this point after try. But the official steps in and making sure that everybody is aligned properly. Dylan Honnell waiting patiently. I don't know if the Spuds have seen this kind of formation from film that they have previewed this season. There, we had a penalty on the play for a block below the back or below the knees. And I guess the moment of decision was whether or not it would be a touchdown. It was. And that penalty against Moorhead will be assessed on the kickoff. Now that swinging gate comes into play and they line up in a normal situation. The hold by quarterback Tyson Velasic. The point after try by Honnell is up and good. And the Royals strike again. And with 10:43 to go here in the first half from Rogers, it's the Royals 17, Moorhead nothing. After the punt return and point after, here's the Royals kickoff, end over end and driven to the 1 yard line. And the return, looking for some room. Jamal Dixon trying to scatter his way up the near sideline, brings a penalty flag along the way, and a short return to about the 13. And one of the Royals players, one of the Royals players is late coming off the turf. Waiting for the signal now as to what that penalty was. Jamal Dixon picked it up along the near sideline. Holding is the call against Moorhead as they tried to create some space for Dixon on the return. So the kickoff position was a result of a Moorhead penalty on the touchdown, which occurred after the touchdown had been scored. And now, as the play came to the near sideline, holding, and the Spuds start this drive at their own 5. Make it their own 6-yard line as they move it right to left, trailing now 17-0. Here's a look now on the near side, Gavin Quaid. Nice hole opens up, and a big hole opens up across the 15, 20, 25, and all the way up to the 30-yard line. Ben Herliska bursts through the line of scrimmage and up to the 31, where it's first down Moorhead. Most productive offensive play here in the first half by the Spuds. Ben Herliska on the run. Wide receivers. Far right side receiver near left for Gavin Quaid. Stepping out to the side, Herliska. He'll get the call to the edge. Turns but can't outdistance the defender and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. Virtually no gain on that play. They'll spot it at the 31-yard line, and it stays second down and 10. Early on, second quarter, 17-0, Royals with the lead. Scoring on an extended drive to start things out, scoring on a field goal, and then scoring on a punt return. Alon Salmon goes wide out far right side. Cameron Evans on the near left. The snap is back and the handoff. Nice hole opens up along that offensive line, pushing it forward across the 35 up near the 36-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup for the Spuds, and it's third down. But the line to gain is at the 41. What started out and has continued to be a nice fall evening in Rogers, with the anticipation of perhaps some rain showers later on, maybe by the time we get into the second half. Keeping an eye on that, but with the turf in place, everything is go. And so with that, Spuds take a timeout. We return to Rogers with 9:04 to go in the first half. It's the Royals 17 and Moorhead nothing. Coming out of the timeout, Gavin Quaid looking to the sideline for a receiver and overthrows the play. And that brings up fourth down, a little too far away to be considered 4-down territory at the 31. So Thomas Xavier comes on to punt away. Single return set up for the Royals back at the 42-yard line. Facing fourth down and 6, the snap is back. Xavier approaches, and he just did get it away. And the ball rolls away from the receiver, just about touching him on the way by, but avoided the touch. And the Spuds right there to put the ball down at the 37-yard line. And from there, it's first down for the Royals. They have taken a 17-0 advantage here with 8:50 still to play in the first half. Royals now will move it left to right. Moorhead, after a tough loss to Elk River 2 weeks ago, got back on the winning side with a win over Sauk Rapids Rice. Now on the road to finish up the regular season. Here's a run and an escape. 3 Spuds were left in the wake. And it comes to the near side as Anthony Powell. Here was a late flag. The play continued to the sideline and into the Rogers bench. Now what happened after that is up for discussion as to what we saw happen. It appeared that a couple of players, one from either side, had a few things to say. But how it's being transcribed after that, we'll wait for a moment as the play out of bounds stops the clock with 8:42 to go. Moorhead is standing in their position. Rogers is already beginning their move backwards. So from body language, we're going to guess that it's against the Royals. And here's the call. Holding against Rogers. And then a personal foul is being adjusted as well. And as you maybe can hear, much to the displeasure, and there's also a penalty against Moorhead. So I think the unsportsmanlike calls will offset. So there were 3 penalties on that play. 1 will be assessed against Elk River. The other 2 will neutralize each other. And the ball is down at the 30-yard line. And from the spot, it'll be now 2nd down and 17. Line to gain is up at the 47-yard line. And still, a discussion continues. But the officiating crew apparently has put things in order, and we're ready to go as the Royals break huddle and come up. On the near hash mark, moving left to right. Velosic. Man in motion and sets. That's Jezierski. Here's a play to the near side and then stepping back and up. Nice hole opened up before the Spuds could catch up to the play at the 40. Forward motion goes to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. But needing 17, still short of the first down marker as they spotted at the 42. So another penalty has been thrown, another flag has been thrown. But no movement of the ball nor indication any further on the penalty, except that it is now 2nd down and 5. Velosic quickly into the huddle with a play call for the Royals. Clock is running, 8:22 to go. Wide receivers to the far left side for Velosic. Man comes back near side and in motion. Play goes off the left side of the line. And the Spuds come up to make the stop, but then good strong forward motion continued the play to the 49-yard line. And that's a first down. Julio Angadi was hanging on, but the Royals were steamrolling their way forward. And again, a stop in play. There's a penalty flag at midfield. The penalty against Rogers will nullify that run. It is a block below the knees. And so some technical things here with the way plays are being run, and it's a big penalty. Taking it down to the 35-yard line. Rogers will replay 2nd down with a 2nd and 11 play. This play will get underway with less than 8 minutes remaining here in the first half as the Royals lead at 17-0. Velosic breaks huddle and brings a receiver near side. That's Owen Kanzler. Caden Peterson wide out far left. Motion to the near side. Jezierski back to pass and looking deep. He's got his man and just overthrown. Kanzler, the intended receiver, up the sideline. He had to leap, and it just misfired by about a yard, thrown too long. And that stops play with 7:35 remaining, and it'll bring the ball back. And more yellow flags to be picked up. So it was 2nd and 11. This one against Rogers will be declined. They'll take the play as it was run, which was an incomplete pass, and so it'll be 3rd and 11. Rogers at their own 36-yard line. As we have seen them perform, 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 1 doesn't seem to matter. They feel confident in whatever they put up to the line of scrimmage. Receivers now to the near right side for Velasic. Back to pass and looking. Screen set near side, and he hooks up with Kanzler. Run out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Austin Altepeter in on the play, along with A.B. Jacob. And with that stop, a gain of 4 sets up 4th down now for the Royals. And as they lead 17-0, they'll drop back into punt formation. Owen Kanzler, a moment ago making that catch, now steps back into the role of being a punter. He's waiting for the snap. The Spuds are patient. Here's the kick, and it is over the receivers. Mackay Elmore watches it sail down to the 10-yard line. So field position continues to be the friend of the Royals here in the first half. And the scoreboard likewise, a very friendly thing. 17-0. The Royals have the advantage, and the Spuds will try it again from deep in their own end of the field. Spuds had a couple of opportunities in the first quarter, but failed to convert on a 4th down play. And then the Royals return to punt. 40-yard return, accounting for the score here at 17-0, and the Spuds now moving right to left off the far hash mark. The snap is back, and Quaid will go to the air. He's got his man open. Catch is made. Elmore at the 25. He moves it up to the 30. Finally brought down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 23 on that play to Mackay Elmore, who comes up with a big reception. And the Spuds have picked up a 1st down on that catch. Clock running, less than 7 minutes to go here in the half. Elmore and Salmon wide out near left side. Gavin Quaid, junior quarterback, takes the snap and looks. The rush is on. He got it away just in time, but overthrew it. Julio Ngati off in the far flat was out of bounds as he watched the ball sail over his head and incomplete. But once again, the Royals were bringing the heat. Just got there a half a tick slow. And I'm sure that Gavin Quaid heard the thundering steps coming his direction, and he hurried just a bit. Alon Salmon to the near side. Moorhead facing 2nd down and 10. Gavin Quaid takes the snap and looks, and he rifles it out to the far side. A short gain? No. Ball got knocked away on the reception and falls incomplete. And that brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 10. Line to gain is out at the 43-yard line. Alon Salmon has brought a play in. Moorhead's Cameron Evans, Kai Elmore, Alon Salmon, Michael Haugo. Receiving core on this long distance play. Snap is back, rush is on, throw is there, and it's bobbled and dropped away, incomplete. Mackay Elmore, the intended receiver, right at the first down marker. His motion was going forward. The ball was deflecting backwards, and he couldn't bring it in, and that brings up fourth down. So the Spuds get a nice catch from Makai Elmore on this drive, but now unable to pick up another first down, face a punting situation. Thomas Xavier approaches and gets the kick away, angled it off to the far side, and from the line of scrimmage, that is about a 19-yard punt, and out of bounds it sails. Rogers back on the field with their offense and a 17-0 advantage. Park Center is the possible matchup there in the Section 6 play of Rogers. Moorhead's season, as it has been played, indicates there's a good chance that they will be, along with Sauk Rapids Rice 1 and 2, and the playoffs will go on from there. But we'll see how things shake out after tonight's play around the state. As the Royals keep it on the ground, they crawl it forward to about the 41-yard line. That's a 4-yard gain. Anthony Powell, who has been a constant threat, picked up 5 yards on that play, so it's second down. Let's call it a 4-yard gain, coming up just short of the 40-yard line. Needing the 35 to keep the drive going, it's second down. Mitch Jezierski, Kyle Jackson, backside. Here's the play forward. Spuds reach in on the play and make the stop. Ashton Larry off the bottom of the pile. And Linnaeus Davis also there to help out, and it's third down. Well, we hesitate to say that this game has settled down and is a game played between the tackles and between the hash marks, because we know at any time it can break loose, as the Royals have manufactured enough scoring to lead it now 17-0 with time approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Owen Kanzler goes in motion. Play is on the ground. Shall we say on the turf before it is stopped. There were 4 different Spuds crashing in on the play to make the stop, and that brings up fourth down. Well, let's see what the Royals have in mind. They break huddle with the idea of a punt. Owen Kanzler will stand on the strong side of the 50-yard line. Spuds have a single return set up. Snap is back, kick is away, right to the return man, and right away goes down. Moorhead's Carson went back, and return was met immediately. And at the 13-yard line, it's first down for Moorhead as Gavin Quaid. Spuds had a first down on a long pass play to Makai Elmore in their last series of plays, but could not move the chains any further. And now back on the return with 4:10 to go. Receivers near side. Gavin Quaid moving his line along, hands off near side, nothing open up the middle, dances to the outside, short gain. Jamal Dixon on that carry on a couple of yards to bring up second down. Dixon down at the 15-yard line. A late arrival from the far sideline with the play call. Michael Haugo comes wide near side. The snap back for Gavin Quaid. And the run. Not much there. And drop down. Julio Angatti tried to get to the edge and turn upfield, but the Rogers defense was there to make the stop. And that brings up third down now for the Spuds. Ball resting at the 17-yard line. It's third down and 6. Moorhead puts 3 receivers near left side as they look upfield. Gavin Quaid waiting, and here's the snap back. Leaning, throwing, and overthrowing. That was very high and very long. Mackay Elmore was sort of in the vicinity. And that brings up fourth down, and once again that brings Thomas Xavier on to punt away. This punt will come with 2:40 to go, so it has become, at least for the moment, a defensive battle here tonight in Rogers. And Xavier, Thomas Xavier, stands inside the 5 to punt away. With the rush on, he gets the kick away. It's a low kick, but gets a Spud bounce over the 40, over the 45, and out of bounds there. And that's where the Royals take over in Spud's territory. So the Royals defense coming up with a play and a stop there to force a short punt by Moorhead. And the Royals will come out with 2.5 minutes to go, leading 17-0 here in the first half. Ball resting now at the Moorhead 45-yard line. Tyson Velocic, after a long and extended visit at the near sideline, now in the huddle and sends him out. Owen Lefebvre goes wide out far left side. Here's the turn, and on the handoff, danced away from one would-be tackler. Ran into about 3 more, but not before he'd picked up 3, almost 4 yards. Ball resting now at the Moorhead 41-yard line. So that turned into a 4-yard gain on a play that got turned around and turned back into the field. Clock is underway. This play will come to the line of scrimmage with 2 minutes to go. Lefebvre wide out far left side. Here's a quick pitch in that direction. Powell trying to find some room, runs out of bounds as he heads into the Moorhead bench. Jack Tyken chasing the play along. It looked like Julio Ngati was also involved in that play out of bounds. And that brings up third down. The Royals at the Spuds 40-yard line. See if they go long distance. Needing 6 yards to keep the drive going. Here's Velocic looking to throw up and over the top. And at the sideline, everybody ended up out of bounds and the pass was overthrown, and so the Spuds defense seems to have stopped the play here to bring up a fourth down. And so we'll see if there's any gambling going on here from Mark Franz and whether he'll try to pick up this play with 1:50 to go. And it looks like now they're going to step into the punt formation and keep Moorhead deep in their own end of the field. The Spuds have not just been able to put a concerted drive together with back-to-back first downs here in the first half. Here's the punch, and it goes over the top of Mackay Elmore and into the end zone. The touchback there brings it out to the 20. So that's where the Spuds will start with 1:43 to go. And trailing 17-0, the Spuds will work this play right at the 20-yard line and right in the middle of the field. And so far the rains have held off on the turf, and it is a perfectly well-played fall game. See what the Spuds have in store here is Gavin Quaid. Sends 3 receivers to the near side. Single receiver far right. A long count, there's the snap back, and Quaid is looking deep, going up and over the top. And again, well beyond any intended receiver. It's thrown into the Moorhead bench. And that stops the clock with 1:38 to go. Alon Salmon comes wide near left side. Ben Herlishka is in the backfield. Now he steps up. Is the blocking back. Good stride behind the guard and tackle. Readjustment of the line. He'll lead the blocking. Play goes off far side and it comes back. Here's a late flag. Thrown into the mix. It came just as the Spuds were turning the corner. Ben Herlishka on the carry. But the play stopped with 1:33 still to go. And in a situation like this, we might expect that it'll be a holding penalty or perhaps an illegal block. See if we can pick up from the referee what the call was. Flag is down over by the far sideline. And it will be marked off against Moorhead. And it's a 5-yard penalty to the 15. So they'll replay second down. Moorhead needing 15 yards to keep this drive going deep in their own end of the field. Line to gain their 30. Gavin Quaid with Herlishka directly behind him. 3 receivers on the near left. 1.5 minutes to go. The false start was the call against Moorhead on that last play. With the ball put in play and everybody's ready and set to go, there's the signal to start play. Snap is back, and here's the look. Quick toss to the near side. He got away and then turned upfield. Not much room there for Jamal Dixon, or rather Cameron Evans. Cameron Evans on the reception, but a short gain out near the 20. And it'll be third down and still 10 yards needed to keep the drive. 1:26. And play will resume when we return after this timeout. 1:26 to go in the half. It's Rogers 17, Moorhead nothing.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week. Day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Gunnar Lischka on the carry is stopped for a short gain, and the Spuds now face a 4th down situation, and it looks like they are taking another timeout with 1:21 to go to reevaluate what they plan to do. And for a moment, it looked like they were going to negate the punt and try to pick it up on 4th and 8. But that would, with an incompletion, have given Rogers possession at about the 21-yard line with clearly enough time at that point. And so now instead the Spuds drop into punt formation. Thomas Xavier is standing at about the 8-yard line. Moorhead only had 10 players on. Now an 11th player arrives. And Xavier moves up closer to the 9-yard line. Here's the snap back. The kick is on its way. Away from the return, and it gets a friendly Moorhead bounce, but then dies right at the 50-yard line. That looked like it was going to hit another 5 yards ahead, but it came to a stop right at the 50-yard line. 1:11 remaining here in the first half. Rogers will have possession with a 17-0 lead. And let's see what the Royals have in mind as Tyson Velasic sends the team up. Look, at some point, see how successful the run will be first and then the pass. Spuds are back and waiting. Here's the look. Velasic throws over the middle, and he's got his man wide open. Underneath the coverage, Mitch Jezierski is there for the catch and the run all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That counts as a 27-yard pass play to Mitch Jezierski. And that changes the complexion here now for the final 52 seconds. Again to throw, up and over the top, and at the far sideline, it is caught right at the 5-yard line, and it's first and goal. A perfectly thrown alley-oop pass over the top of the defender, right into the arms of Owen Kanzler. And the Royals, in a matter of 2 plays, have picked up 45 yards and have it first and goal. From the 5-yard line, the Royals. Kanzler goes wide out far left. Caden Peterson wide out near right and on the ground. And struggling out of a tackle and towards the end zone and down, just short of the goal line. Gonna spot him down inside the 1, but outside the goal line. 32 seconds to go. Second and goal from there. Here's the turn and the handoff. And this one looks like he's in. Waiting to see. We haven't had the indication yet. Official coming in on the backside of the play. Moorhead's defense with the stop. And the clock is running. 11 seconds to go. Lining up quickly for a field goal. Here's an 18-yard field goal attempt. The kick is on its way up. And it's good. So that finishes the first half of play. Teams head to the locker room here in Rogers after 1 half. It is the Royals 20 and Moorhead nothing.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Through the first half at the 7:52 mark. Owen Kanzler on a long reception, the point after by Dylan Hunnell, and it was 7-0 Rogers at the end of the first. The Royals were driving to end the first quarter and found themselves in a scoring position 2 plays in to the second quarter. A 24-yard field goal from Dylan Hunnell gave the Royals a 10-0 lead. The defenses were taking over and stopping Moorhead, forcing a 4th down punt try from deep in their own end of the field, returned 40 yards. And on that 40-yard return, the Royals then quickly had taken a 17-0 lead. And again, the turnovers by Downs ending the half. Spud's unable to keep the drive going, turn the ball back without timeouts. Rogers was still able to manufacture a field goal attempt. It was 18 yards. It was good. And in the locker room, the Royals lead it by a score of 20-0. This is the final game of the regular season, and after tonight, we'll have playoff pairings to be announced. I hope that you'll be able to keep an eye on that. Right now, we've got a news break coming your way next as we continue with Spuds football in 970 WDAY. We're at halftime. It's Rogers 20, Moorhead nothing. The Moorhead Legacy Education Foundation and Spud History were happy to offer services to 10 Moorhead High School class reunions this summer. The class reunions took tours of the high school, visited the Spud History Wall at Horizon Middle School, were entertained by Moorhead High School music students, and were visited by Spuddy. Start planning your class reunion today. Here's the email address, spudhistory@moorheadschools.org for more information.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
The Moorhead Legacy Education Foundation and Spud History were happy to offer services to 10 Moorhead High School class reunions this summer. The class reunions took tours of the high school, visited the Spud History Wall at Horizon Middle School, were entertained by Moorhead High School music students, and were visited by Spuddy. Start planning your class reunion today. Here's the email address, spudhistory@moorheadschools.org for more information.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Spuds, with their work cut out for them for the second half, trailing Rogers by a score of 20-0. Now Rogers is out of Section 6. Sauk Rapids, Rice, and Moorhead out of Section 8 that we talked about. And Elk River out of Section 7. So the Spuds have had, and all have been the top-ranked teams in their section heading into the final weeks of the regular season. As we finish the warm-ups, we'll be on tap for the kickoff to start the third quarter when we return. Teams are on the field with Rogers leading at the Royals 20, Moorhead nothing.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
From Rogers, second half is right around the corner. The Royals with a 20-0 advantage on Moorhead. This is the final game of the regular season. Moorhead had one little hiccup along the way, and by that I mean a game that could not and was not played when Bemidji was unable to make the trip down. And otherwise, it's a 7-game schedule. And the only loss the Spuds had was against Elk River. 50-46 was the final there. But Rogers was able to figure out a way to stop Elk River's potent offense. 30-7. Rogers got the win in that one. And so as Sweet Caroline treats the fans wherever we go. Moorhead will have to figure out a way to advance the ball against the Rogers Royals. It's been very difficult to get consecutive first downs. I think early on in the game there may have been one drive in which there were back-to-back first downs, but for the most part it's been the Rogers defense that has dictated how this game will turn out to this point. So we'll see if we can keep an eye and determine what the Spuds have in store for this third quarter. A light breeze, not only a breeze, but a light rainfall now coming down. Not enough to really disturb anything at this point, but the idea was that the rains would become a little bit heavier as the evening wears on from this point on. Moorhead lining up, and they had gone to the other end and were told that maybe you should be at the other side. So the switch has been made, and Moorhead now will go right to left as they take the kickoff. And Sweet Caroline brings us into the third quarter. Dylan Honnell lines it up for the kickoff. Moorhead with return waiting at the 10. End over end and bounces, but bounces true, and at the 10 it's returned to the 25, 30, to the near sideline, 35. On his way to the 40, to the near side, 50. He's at the sideline and running. Michael Haugo is inside the 30, inside the 25, and Michael Haugo is run down at the 20-yard line with a catch-up tackle made by Adrian Aniego. But it's all coming back. We don't see the flags, but Moorhead, already anticipating the play call, is making their way onto the field, and we're going to run it from there. So a great return by Haugo. Set the play upfield only to have it all be brought back. And holding is the expected call, and that's where we stand. And so the Spuds, one of their most productive plays on the evening, is all brought back. And they will start their drive now from, well, they're still deciding where the foul occurred and where the penalty yardage will be marked. As they bring it back, and we'll mark it off from there. A little bit heavier mist falling down. We're going to have some wet players and coaches and fans here before the end of this one. So the Spuds come onto the field and will line up. They've taken the penalty and marked off the yardage to the 17-yard line. First and 10, Moorhead. Here's the snap back, and they'll try the run from there. Dancing along the line and working his way forward to the 19-yard line. Herliska with the carry and stopped. He was one step away from stepping between a couple of tacklers. Wyatt Gilmore was there to make the play go down, and it's 2nd down and 8. Late arrival, play coming in from the sideline. Still plenty of time to get the play into the huddle and out onto the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Wide receiver right, 3 receivers now on the near left side for Gavin Quaid, who's throwing with a mist, rolling down, and that play stopped even before it got underway. Ball, the play did not get away in time, so that's a 5-yard penalty against Moorhead. Gavin Quaid got the play, but it was coming in late and could not get the play run, and so a 5-yard penalty there makes it 2nd down and 13. Mackay Elmore goes wide out far right side along, I think, with Michael Haugo. Play is back, and here's Gavin Quaid. First a run in, and then the pitch back. Rogers covers up nicely and puts a stop on the play at the 17-yard line. No gain, maybe a yard on the play, and it brings up 3rd down. Just underway, second half. Michael Haugo had a return all the way down to the 15-yard line, but was called back because of a holding penalty at the point of return. And the Spuds are working out of a hole now as they face 3rd down and 10. 3 receivers to the near left side. Here's the snap back as Quaid steps up into the pocket and throws out to the near side. An over-the-shoulder catch out at the 35-yard line. Yes! A pass that was thrown, it looked like it was going to sail out of bounds, but the Spuds receiver was right there, reached over his shoulder, and he's slow coming off the turf. Waiting to see us, Cameron Evans, who is just now getting onto his knees. He's got his breath now, and he's up, and he'll run off the field. Play had to stop for momentarily, but a nice catch and run by Cameron Evans. And the Spuds have a 1st down out at the 35-yard line. Facing 3rd and 10. Ball placed down now at the 35-yard line, and the chain marker has it 1st and 10. Early on, 3rd quarter, 20-0, Rogers. Moorhead sends Michael Haugo wide out far right side. Wing on the right, wide receiver on the near left, playing close in. Here's the turn and the handoff. Ben Herliska works his way through, hangs on tight. He gets across the 40 and up to the 41-yard line. Ben Herliska, strong ball carrier, works his way to the 42-yard line. And a 7-yard gain there breaks up 2nd down and 7, or 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard gain. 9.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Mackay Elmore and Michael Haugo wide out far right side. Setting up on the near side, Julio Angadi. Rolling right and looking to pass, stepping into the pocket, caught from behind and flung to the turf. He ducked away from one defender and twisted right into a second. A loss of a couple on the play puts the ball down at the 38-yard line. It's third down for the Spuds, needing to reach the 45-yard line for a first down. Clock running and underway with 8:49 to go here in the third. Three receivers near side, two to the far right. It's a flood of receivers. And they will not get a first down on that play, but the yardage will improve as the Royals stepped into the encroachment zone, and Brendan Willenbring gives the Spuds a 5-yard gain on the infraction, and that spots the ball down at the 43. Anxious to get at the quarterback, Willenbring called for the infraction, and it's third down and about 1.5 yards now for the Spuds. Long count, waiting, snap. Here's the call. And Herliska appeared ready to step across and pick up the first down, but all of a sudden it closed down in a hurry, and it's very short. Needing to cross over the 45, ball resting just shy of the 45-yard line. And it's fourth down for the Spuds. And trailing 17-0 here in the third quarter, the Spuds are going to try to pick it up. The strength of the run game is Ben Herliska and Julio Angadi. Now they step under center. And the quarterback, Gavin Quaid, leaned across. He was sent back and delivered back, but I think it was enough. And as they spot him at the 46-yard line, the chains move on. A quick quarterback sneak by Gavin Quaid. And the Spuds have back-to-back first downs for the first time since very early in tonight's contest. So the ball spotted at the 46-yard line. Gavin Quaid ready and set. And now a late play comes in with Mackay Elmore. He'll come near side. As he lines up, he's declared legal as far as a receiver in that position is concerned. Wing left and right. Here's the return and the look upfield. A quick toss. Mackay Elmore is there. Oh my, what a hit. Big hit put on by Owen Lefebvre. And the officials are discussing the situation, as you may be able to determine from where we are located, very close to the Rogers fan base, as they saw a flag come down and an indication against the Royals. And so the determination as to what was called, what will the penalty be, how much yardage will be assessed, and in which direction. We've had no scoring here in the third quarter, and it remains 20-0 Rogers. Clock now at the 7-minute mark as play has stopped as a result of a penalty flag. And as you can tell, it is indeed against the Royals. And it's a big one. It's a big one, all the way down to the 30-yard line. Lefebvre, and if it's on that call, Lefebvre came in with a really load-leveling hit. And it could be that it was helmet to helmet. We don't know. The play to the near side. Haugo steps away from the tackler, steps his way upfield, caught from behind and wrestled to the ground at the 21-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the reception and run by Michael Haugo. They spotted at the 22, so from there it is a second down play and still 2 yards needed to further this drive as they're just outside the red zone. Alon Salmon comes in. 6:25, third quarter. Spuds to this point have been able to do something that did not happen in the first half, and that was to sustain a drive. Here's the snap back. Gavin Quaid looking right, leaning back and throwing into the end zone. It is there, and it is caught. Touchdown! Moorhead got beyond the defense and into the far corner. An alley-oop pass thrown up and over the top, and the catch was made. And the Spuds cracked through here in the third quarter, but no. It will come back. The touchdown will not count. A penalty against the Spuds, as you may have been able to tell from the joyous sounds along the near side. Now, we didn't see it at first, and neither did the Spuds, and now they will have to regroup and try it again with that penalty for pass or for holding on the play. It is brought back to the 22 and marched from there. 10-yard penalty against the Spuds, puts the ball down just about the 33-yard line. 20-0, the score remains. First down marker is at the 20. Rolling right and looking. Gavin Quaid chased. Ball is knocked away and it falls incomplete. That would have gone for minus yardage had he made the catch. So now it's third down for the Spuds and still 13. Line to gain the 20-yard line. 6 minutes now showing. Moorhead has taken their first possession on the way upfield, and for a moment it looked like they had scored, only to see the penalty flag say no. And here, John Jenkins is in the slot to the far right side. Mackay Elmore in the slot near side, one of three receivers in the near cluster. And on third down looking, double clutching and throwing, nobody there. I think his look was up the middle for Elmore, but he threw to an empty spot, an empty space on the turf. It goes incomplete to bring up fourth down. Less than 6 minutes here in the third. Fourth down and 13. Three receivers on the near side for Gavin Quaid. Here's the snap back in as he looks. He's going up and over the top. He's got his man on the near side, and it is knocked away and incomplete. Michael Haugo, the intended receiver, and as he was ready to haul it in and make the catch, was hit out of bounds with the ball, came loose, and that fourth down turns the ball over, rather, on downs. And so it comes back out, and it'll be first down for the Royals. Spuds had a couple of opportunities in that drive, one that ended up in the end zone, but brought back by penalty. Another play also that nullified a first down and brought back by penalty. And so with that, it is now first down Rogers. Ball resting at their own 33-yard line. Here's the snap back and on the run. Spuds defense with the stop. Initial hit and wrap up by Ashton Larry. He comes off the very bottom of the pile. And with that tackle, a short gain, about a yard on the play, puts the ball down at the 34-yard line. It's second down and 9. 5.5 minutes to go. A long drive for the Spuds. Turned away. So the Royals. Caden Peterson wide out far left side. Mitch Jezierski goes in motion. Here's the handoff, and a nice hole opens up, and he stumbled just a bit, or he was on his way. One last little effort to keep his balance, and another penalty flag has been thrown. This is holding on the run, and that will take away that play by the Royals, as this second and now third quarter have been filled with yellow hankies. 5:05 now showing here in the third. There's been no scoring in the second half, and it stays 20-0 Rogers, as the Royals now will have this possession at their own 25-yard line. And it's second down and 19. Tyson Velasic into the huddle and sends his team out. Josh running as in the slot near right side. Here's the turn and the handoff. Spuds defense is there to slow it down and bring it down. Jack Tyken was first off the pile. The play stopped at the 29-yard line. And it's second down. Still needing 14 yards. Make that third down. From the far side, man in motion. Hole opens up, then closes down. Ashton Larry again in on the tackle along with Elinius Davis. Play is stopped at the 37-yard line, and that brings up a fourth down situation now for the Royals. And in spite of all the peculiarities of a football contest, the Spuds defense and the Rogers defense both have pretty well determined how this game is to be played. 3:28 in the third. Royals now in punt formation. Owen Kanza rather is the punter. Gets the kick away, sails off to the far side, then let it bounce. And from there it'll be first down for the Spuds. So the defense holds and gets the ball back for the offense. 37-yard on the punt, and it'll be first down Moorhead at their own 26-yard line. A little heavier rainfall appearing now as we work our way through this second half. So far, quickly played third quarter with 3:11 still showing. Alon Salmon is wide to the near side. Wide receiver, far right side. Quaid turns, hands off, not much room, not a lot of room at all, and the play goes down. About a yard on the pickup, sets up second down and 9. Well, after tonight's games have been played, there will be a meeting and a selection of pairings for the upcoming football playoff season. Here's the turn. Man in motion near side. Jack Tyken now stops, and he'll block. Play goes up the middle and stopped quickly. Good defensive pursuit, very aggressive, physical style play by the Royals, bringing the play down at the 30-yard line. Line to gain to 38. So a crucial play on this drive for the Spuds. A stop by the Royals will give the Royals offense real good field position. Spuds not so concerned, only to pick up a first down. Gavin Quaid takes the snap and looks upfield. Leans back and throws up and over the top, and he's got his man. He makes the catch, and he's on his way. From the 38-yard line, the run is in. And this time the Spuds catch a break and a touchdown catch and run. I think Julio Angadi got there in time. Was that Mackay? Mackay Elmore was able to get position. He's had a big game here tonight, finally getting one into the end zone. And the catch and the run by Mackay Elmore and a long distance play puts the Spuds on the board. Mackay Elmore with that touchdown catch. And now the point after try. Waiting for the snap, it's back, and here's the approach. The kick is on its way up, and the kick is good. And so with that, the Spuds break through with 1:37 to go in the third quarter. It's now the Royals 20 and the Spuds 7. Ellie Feeney tacking on the point after touchdown. That was a long pass completion to Mackay Elmore, and the Spuds are on the board. And here's the kickoff. A low kick and off to the near sideline and out of bounds. It goes there. And so with that, 137 now showing us the Spuds have been able to muster one up and put one on the board. And the Royals come onto the field here late in the third quarter, minute 37 to go. And further discussion on the field. And they are going to spot the ball down at the 35-yard line, so nothing more. I think there was a false start on the kick by Moorhead. And that has permitted the ball to be spotted at the 35-yard line. And there's the whistle, and the snap is back. Moorhead gets into the backfield. Oh, that had everybody fooled. The handoff looked to be to the near side. Spuds went that way. Austin Altepeter stayed in his position to the back side of the play and made the stop somewhere near the 37-yard line. And once again, the way this game is being played, and it's been a tough one to officiate, another penalty flag down appears imminent. Let's see where they spot it down. Ball is being picked up now, and explanation has been given to the near sideline. I wonder if now the ball is just being picked up to keep it dry. Here comes the call. Can't always understand all the fans' reactions, but as you may determine by tone of voice, much to their chagrin, the play is down at the 35-yard line, and it's 2nd and 10 for the Royals. Here's the switch off to the far side, and it is thrown. They're going to a little bit more of a deceptive play, faking the handoff, then rolling out and throwing, that time misfiring, to the open flat over the top of the intended receiver. And it brings it back now with 1:09 to go. Replay of that first down sets up second down after the incompletion, and still 10 needed. Line to gain the 45. Once again, this time with the clean handoff up the middle. Rogers going with Anthony Powell on the carry. A 2-yard pickup there leaves 3rd down and 8. Royals with a 20-7 lead. Tyson Velasic has checked in and brings his team out of the huddle. Sends Owen LaFave wide out far left side. Here's the roll back, and on the screen set up on the near side. Spuds are there. They bring the play down. Julio Angotti came roaring in as he saw the screen pass develop. He was there to make the stop for a loss, spotting it down at the 32-yard line, and it is 4th down and 12. And Gotti coming up with the play, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We'll switch ends of the field as the Spuds and Royals tangle here tonight as we head to the fourth quarter of play. It's Rogers 20, Moorhead 7. counted. And it was a long pass play to Mackay Elmore with Ellie Feeney tacking on the point after. And it's 20-7. Here's the Rogers punt. A little end over end and wobble. And the Spuds let it go and let it roll down at the 42.5-yard line. From there it'll be first down for the Spuds, getting good field position on the exchange. Now I talked with Kevin Feeney ahead of the game about what he might see as a key factor in the game tonight, and it was the way that Rogers plays a very physical style of defense, and it's been the case. Both teams have had to match up and go chin to chin. And the Spuds now trailing in a 2-score contest, 20-7. See what they have in mind here as we get play underway to start the fourth quarter. 3 receivers wide out far left side. Gavin Quaid. Shotgun formation with a running back alongside. Here's a quick toss out to the far side. Pass intended, but was way overthrown high and into the Moorhead bench area. I think that was Michael Haugo, the intended receiver, and even at 6'4", he couldn't find a way to get to that one. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Moorhead needs to cross midfield for a first down. Haugo goes wide out far left. Mackay Elmore in the slot as well. Alon Salmon wide out near side. Snap is back, and Gavin Quaid looks in that direction. He's got a seam, he's got a hole, he's got a run, and he slides down at the 42-yard line. A 14-yard gain on the run by Gavin Quaid as he spotted an opening. The receivers were covered, and he found a first down as they spot it now at the 45-yard line. Mackay Elmore has become the leading receiver in tonight's game. He is wide out to the far left side and looking upfield. Gavin Quaid has Michael Haugo on the near side, one of 3 receivers along the near right hash mark. There's the snap back and the look. Leaning and throwing out to the near side. It is up for grabs and knocked away. Alon Salmon, the intended receiver, he was up and had his hands on the ball, but it was knocked away by Dylan Jackson of Rogers. And on the coverage, it falls incomplete to bring up second down. Well, the pass was there, the defender was there, the receiver was there. Incomplete the call. Line to gain the 35-yard line. Moorhead trailing 20-7. Moving left to right here in the fourth quarter. Again with 3 receivers on the near side. Gavin Quaid takes the snap and looks. Being rushed and gets away, but no. Gavin Quaid heard him coming. He tucked it in safely. Avoided the turnover, but gave away yardage. Another rush and sack for the Rogers defense as they crash in on the play to put it down at the 48-yard line. So now Moorhead faces 3rd and 18. Out of the huddle, the Spuds come up. They work it off the far left hash mark. Waiting for the snap. Here's the look. And with time, throws. He's got a perfect strike. Not enough for the first down. Mackay Elmore once again is there for the catch. He's tackled immediately at the 39-yard line. And that brings up fourth down for Moorhead. Moorhead needs 4 more yards to keep the drive going. A very steady mist started to fall at the start of the third quarter. Continues to roll its way along. Elmore wide out far left side. Haugo on the near right. Coverage deep. Gavin Quaid waiting. Snap is back and he looks. In the pocket throws up and over the top. And he can't find his man. Alon Salmon was the intended receiver. Defending was Dylan Jackson, and the incompletion gives the ball back to the Royals here in the fourth quarter with 9:29 to go. The play. The incomplete pass gives it to the Royals at their own 39-yard line. On the blow of the whistle, ball declared ready, and here come the Royals. Tyson Velasic. A tight formation, more of a power formation now with three receivers on the far side. Handoff, first man in. Spuds were waiting for it and stopped the play for no gain. That looked like Jamal Dixon was in on the stop along the far side, along with some help from that front line. A stop for no gain often involves, will often involve that front line. Now on 2nd and 10. Here's the reverse, and it comes near side, but the Spuds catch up to it before big damage occurs. But we also have a penalty flag. Here's holding against the offense. And that 4-yard gain will be taken back and be marked off from that point on. Holding is a major penalty. As they spot it now at the 28-yard line. 20 yards needed. 2nd down and 20 now for the Royals. 8:50 to go, fourth quarter. Royals leading at 20-7. Working out of their own end of the field. Here's Velasic, man in motion. Back to throw. Had been caught. He got away. Continues on. And continues on across the 40 up near the 43-yard line. Spud's defense was there. Caden Peterson on the reception ducked underneath the tackle. Continued on now to bring up 3rd down and still 5 yards, so a 10-yard, 12-yard pickup on the play. And that puts the ball at the 44-yard line. As important as whatever might happen next is the amount of time that Rogers is using with the ball on the offensive side. Time is becoming a factor. Here's a play to the right side, and Kanzler got loose and leaned forward. It looks like he's got the first down. Another one of the key players in this Rogers lineup. Owen Kanzler can catch the ball, he can punt the ball, he can run the ball, and he got a first down. Just short of midfield, but the chains move on. Careful watch of the clock, 7:38 now showing. It's a 2-score advantage for Rogers here in the fourth quarter. Snap is back. And then the throw. He's got his man, and a leaping try to make the catch. He was stretched out, had no place to go but horizontal on the play, and the catch was made. A big, big play for the Rogers Royals to set up first down at the 22-yard line. Caden Peterson with a reception for the Royals. And now a different complexion as to this game as it turns. Waiting for the snap, here it is. Down the line and the handoff. First man in, breaking loose, inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. See where the knee went down before they decide. It is there, and it's a 9-yard pickup. So 2nd down and 1 now for the Royals. Using long-distance plays to their advantage here tonight to keep drives going and keep scoring opportunities alive. The Royals have taken it from deep in their own end of the field now to the Spuds 13. Vlasic turns, hands off right side. Spuds are there, catch up to the play. And the play brought down, but at about the 6-yard line, or 11-yard line rather, may be enough for the first down. Yard marker picked up. Chains will move on. And I think it's first and goal. The ball is resting right on the 10-yard line, so it cannot pick up a first down without scoring, as the Royals, with 6 minutes to go and leading 20-7, come up to the line. Velasic in the backfield, shotgun formation, turns, and he quickly throws to the far side. The catch is made there, but out of bounds it goes, and it'll be second and goal. Caden Peterson again with the reception for the Royals. It's a gain of 8 at the 2-yard line, where it is second and goal for the Royals. Caden Peterson wide out far right. I suspect that in this situation, second and goal at the 2, they'll keep it on the ground, and they do, and they go in for the score. The Royals punch one in from 2 yards out. And maybe not. Let's say if they count the touchdown or if the penalty came in after, the Royals are walking their way back as though it was on the play. And that would take away the touchdown. And as the signal is given for holding on the offense, whether that factored into whether the play was successful or not. And apparently another penalty was assessed on the play. And another penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct reacting to the call. And so that will add on more yardage, backing him up. And spotted down at the 27-yard line. So essentially that was a 25-yard mark-off against the Royals. It took away the score. And for holding, and then for unsportsmanlike, it comes back to the 27-yard line, where it is still and goal. Second and goal from the 27. And before the snap is made, back judge is there. I don't know what his purpose is at this point, but the Royals have all come back and restarting the huddle. Meanwhile, the back judge is visiting with the Moorhead captain at the 27-yard line. Now the ball is declared ready. And with second and goal at the 27, the Royals waiting for the snap, hoping to draw Moorhead offside. The call goes straight forward. And Eric Pearson on the run there is down. A short gain there at about the 24. So now it's third and goal from the 24-yard line. That was a gain of 3 on that last run by Pearson. 5:21 now showing. Clock is running more and more. It is going to determine how these last few plays are run and how it will end up at the end of the day. Wide receivers to the near side. Velasic is in the pocket and looks off to the far side. Catch is made, and then wrestled and wrangled back to the 5-yard line. Caden Peterson coming up with that catch. And to the 4-yard line, it is now fourth and goal. Clock is running. A third field goal attempt of the night for Dylan Hano. Spotted at the 12, so this is a 22-yard attempt. Snap is back, placement made, kick is on its way up, and kick is good. So a three-pointer up on the board for the Rogers Royals with 4:20 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, it's now Rogers 23, Moorhead 7. Here's the Royals kickoff. Rolling along, picked up at the 33. A short kick, a short return, a quick stop, and it's first down Moorhead as they spot it at about the 40-yard line. So even though the Royals got a field goal, it is still a two-score game, but now a two-score with two two-pointers brings the game even. It's 23-17. Royals with the lead, Moorhead with the ball at their own 40-yard line. The mist continues to be misty. Play that for me. It's first down. Man in motion to the near side. Gavin Quaid takes the snap and looks upfield. He's throwing deep. And this one is overthrown. Alon Salmon, the intended receiver, up the sideline, but the pass overthrown. And it brings up second down. Spud's going for a big gainer on that pass play to try to encourage better field position. But now second down at their own 40. Big play is a must as far as the outcome here, as far as Moorhead is concerned, trailing by 16. And the ball at their own 40-yard line. Time running short. Three receivers near side and looking. Stepping inside and out of harm's way for the moment, but not forever. Turned into a two-yard loss. Well covered in the secondary. No place to throw. Quaid tried to run it out, ran into trouble, and went down to bring up third down. Turned into a loss of a yard. So it's 3rd and 11. 3:46 now showing. Fourth quarter action tonight from Rogers. Both of these teams expected to be seated high in their respective sections. Back to pass and looking. And this one off to the far side, and that one is overthrown. Alon Salmon, the intended receiver there, but thrown into the sideline. Correction, that was Moorhead receiver Cameron Evans. The incompletion stops the clock with 3:26 remaining. It's now fourth down for Moorhead. There'll be no secrets here as to what is about to happen. Look for coverage all the way back. Gavin Quaid takes the snap and looks. Rifles one up the far sideline. May have been caught, but was out of bounds. And so that turns the ball over on downs. Michael Haugo, the intended receiver, but overthrown. And the Royals take over now with 3:20 to go. On the verge now of picking up their 7th win in an 8-game schedule. And the Spuds, if this all transpires as we have seen, will take their 2nd loss of the season, heading into the playoffs, most likely a week from Saturday. Here's the look. They'll take the snap. They're at a position now where they can run the clock. Play comes to the near side and tripped up, brought down. Anthony Powell, the basic ball carrier for the Royals, keeps the clock running with 3 minutes now showing. Promised to be an exciting and closely played game. We've not been disappointed. Although there are some areas of the game that even seemed obvious to the casual fan here tonight that both teams would like to see corrected before they head into the playoffs on a serious note. 2nd down and 7. Mitch Jezierski lines up in the tight end. Spuds break through, slow down Anthony Powell, but he was still able to gain his way forward. That brings up 3rd down for the Royals. 2:16 and running. A long visit along the near sideline, but into the huddle with plenty of time to get the play called and up to the line. Tyson Velasic. Josh running his wide out far side. He comes back now in motion and gets the call. Running, turns, spins, twists. Short gain at about the 31-yard line. And with that carry to the 31, they're going to take a timeout. Moorhead is taking a timeout as they line things up with just 1:38 to go here in Rogers. It's the Royals 23 and Moorhead 7. The Royals out of the huddle, facing 4th down. Snap is a bit high, but it's pulled down and handed off. And a strong run off the near edge picks up a 1st down. Tate Lynn, perhaps in on that last play. Numbers are becoming somewhat obliterated, although we don't have the dirtiness. But because of the rain and the reflections, it's sometimes difficult to catch the accurate and appropriate number. So with 1:16 and clock running, the Royals keeping that drive alive, moving it down to the Spuds' 23-yard line. And from this point on, they basically need to put the ball in play and let the clock run. Counter play back to the near side. Anthony Powell. Spuds watched the play, saw it coming. Step in the way, stop made. A.B. Jacob was there on the play to make the stop. And we are at the 40-second mark. They must put the ball in play one more time. And in a protective way, they're going to let this run down and take the snap, and that will put a cap on this one here tonight, as the Spuds were able to get a score in the 3rd quarter and make the possible 4th quarter somewhat interesting, only the Royals have a very stubborn and very defiant defense, and the Spuds could not muster up another scoring opportunity. And that puts us to the end of our regular season. Recap of tonight's game and more when we return. Our final score, Rogers 23, Moorhead 7.